This is SXM Daily News for Thursday, May the 28th, 2020. I'm Valerie Van Putten. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And as usual, we have a packed newscast for you, so let's get started. In our first story, the second chamber of the Dutch Parliament on Tuesday unanimously voted in favor of two budget amendments to facilitate two tranches of liquidity support for Aruba, Curaçao, and St. Martin. All parties in the second chamber voted in favor of the two separate law proposals to amend the 2020 Kingdom Relations Budget, referred to as the Incidental Supplementary Budget, to facilitate the first and second tranches of the Dutch government's liquidity support for the three autonomous Dutch Caribbean countries. It concerns interest-free loans for a period of 2 years under a number of strict conditions. In total, the two tranches for the three countries amount to 640.3 million Antillean and Aruban guilders, about 325.5 million euros. Apart from the liquidity support, the second incidental supplementary budget includes an amount of 16.5 million euros for humanitarian aid in the form of food parcels for the neediest people in the Dutch Caribbean. And of this amount, 16 million euros is for Aruba, Curaçao, and St. Martin, and 500,000 euros for Bonaire, St. Eustatius, and Saba. Under the first tranche of April 2020, St. Martin received 50.2 million guilders minus 3 million euros for the incurred cost of the Netherlands to house St. Martin prison inmates. In the second tranche, St. Martin is receiving 53 million guilders. The financial support is meant to cover the period until June the 30th. Aruba receives 42.8 million florins in the first tranche and 113 million guilders in the second tranche. For Curaçao, an amount of 177 million guilders was approved in the first tranche and 204 million in the second. And as promised to you in yesterday's edition of SXM Daily News, the Windward Islands Chamber of Labor Unions met on Thursday morning with their membership to deliver a counter-proposal letter to the Honorable Prime Minister of St. Martin, Sylvia Jacobs, and the Council of Ministers. The WICLU requested all of their members to attend the meeting in full uniform. The meeting was called for 10:30 a.m. at the Little League Ballpark. At the meeting, one of the areas that the president of the WICLU addressed was the protective gear that is needed for the frontline workers. The president said it is essential that the frontline workers get their protective gear. Mrs. Elshaw then read the 4 conditions and counter-proposals that was to be presented to the Council of Ministers. After the conditions were read, the WICLU, along with their membership, chanted among other chants, "Enough is enough," and walked to the government administration building. Upon arrival at the building, they stormed into the lobby.
Total protection of especially the frontline workers, because the coronavirus don't exempt nobody. It is essential. It is essential that the healthcare workers get the proper protective wear to be able to work with the COVID-19 patients. These workers who are in the forefront have to be protected themselves before they can protect anyone else. So therefore, these PPEs have to be available at all times. So this was in the beginning. Creation and or stimulation of the creation of new employment, especially to curb the number of youth unemployment presently reflected. The implementation of the social protection floor, whereby unemployment benefits for the displaced workers can be guaranteed. The full implementation of human rights for all citizens. There is also guarantee that basic necessity like food, water and electricity, telecommunication and internet service, cooking gas will always be available to all citizens. And as a result of this coronavirus pandemic, to ensure the full realization of the rights of every citizen to adequate health care and services in treatment in event of the sickness. Now, based on equality in the kingdom and the rights to non-discrimination, the WICLU continue to advocate for a minimum wage that are living wage, social allowances, and unemployment benefits that should be brought to this living wage. So then how could we accept cuts to our wages? Maintaining the purchasing power of wages, the salaries, with the cost of living adjustment. The last for civil servants was 2020. Police officers and teachers 2016, last of 2012, sorry. It is stated here 2012. I don't know what happened to the eyes today. Police and teachers 2016, last of minimum wage workers was 2016. In addition, the WICLU is requesting that clear guidelines are set and laws enacted to prevent workers and their family from becoming victims of the social pandemic. So basically, unemployment, and drastic cuts in working hours or income will continue to fuel the loss of financial stability. Social and financial stimulus packages for every household on St. Martin are essential. So basically, when we look at this, we are hereby explaining all of this in the letter of March the 31st. We also included to this the other correspondence that already was given. Hell? No! Hell? No! Don't touch hell? No! Don't touch hell? No! My rights, respect my rights. I'm walking in, please. Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Huh?
Go ahead. Cameraman, go ahead. Go ahead.
Stop, give me a minute there. Hold on.
There was a meeting held on Friday with the CCSU and the members and the Council of Ministers. An agreement was made. The government would give a proposal, an adjusted proposal on Monday, and the unions would provide us with a counter proposal today.
No, we want them to come out. The counter proposal right there. Look at there. Right there the counter proposal be.
In addition to that, there's a meeting scheduled at 6 p.m. today.
Oh yeah? No. We will sit down right inside here in the air condition. No. Listen, yo, give me a minute. Okay. Give me 1 meter. Give me 2.
The request was sent to the CCSU on Tuesday. It was received by the CCSU. I don't know if that didn't come back to the members, but in any case, we sent the request for a meeting. It will be today at 6. Here, today? Yes, ma'am. It was sent and received.
No, we waiting.
Hold on. No. Okay.
No 6.
I will caucus down. Okay. And get a confirmation of that today 6 CCSU.
The CCSU.
No, we're not going to no 6. We're not going. No 6. No 6. No.
And they gonna give us, they gonna sign us off this time. No.
CCSU, if we don't have it,
We don't, CCSU anyway is not all union. All union is here today. We want them to come down now.
Yes!
All unions want to speak today. They're not going to take away our voice because telling us we are not the respectful soul. Today we're all here together and we're going to talk. Today, now. We're talking today. No.
We are not leaving.
Show us some respect. We stay here till 6. We stay here.
nobody move, nobody get hurt. Nobody move, nobody get hurt. I'm just going to look for some key persons to coordinate a little talk. One moment. Nobody move. Nobody get hurt. distancing. You're too close to me. Step back. You're by the door.
And I have on my mask.
I don't have on my mask, but
I am, you can show.
I must step back. Okay. Brothers and sisters, one moment. We have at the door the representative of the cabinet of the Minister of General Affairs. Yes. And all the ministers are in COM right now. So can they amend the form and COM?
Waiting for them. Waiting for them. Waiting for them. Waiting for them. They open the place without social distancing. Waiting for them right now.
Exactly.
Yes.
I need to look up. We are in solidarity. Solidarity forever. Let's go. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Let them amender come and call it.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
We actually went to hand this document over to the Prime Minister, and whoever else from the council would have been also great. The Minister of Finance would have been great. But once we got there, we were informed by the cabinet of the Prime Minister that there was a COM meeting in progress and a meeting of the Council of Ministers. So therefore, that the minister could not come. So I turned to the members that walked, the large group of membership that accompanied us, and I informed them, and they said it was going to wait. They want the Prime Minister to come. But then what happened after a while, the Deputy Prime Minister came together with the Minister of Finance. So since the Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Egbert Duran, was on the scene, we handed him the document. He requested us to have it booked in so that he can get the stamped version. We did that and we handed it to him. And then the Minister of Finance informed us that there was, an agreement in last week's meeting, which was a meeting of CCSU, where he was saying that we agreed that we would have met today, Monday. We would have had a meeting at approximately 6 o'clock, from 6 to 7:30. Rectified once we received the information from the from the Secretariat of the CCSU, that 2 days ago they did receive the request, which for whatever reason. So then we accepted to have that meeting, and we explain the Deputy Prime Minister that unified unions are all the unions from the private sector and the public sector, and that CCSU only have two unions from the public sector that is represented in CCSU. So at this point in time, it is APFO, St. Martin, and NAPB that are not represented as yet. Probably by the 1st of June, the new term, they will be in as members, but it's only WICSU and the Y2 that have a member and a substitute member in that committee. So with that, trying to explain that difference, we were told that everybody can, all unions can come to the meeting, and of course we know then what would be the outcome of that. If it's a CCSU meeting, it would be only the members of CCSU that will be able to vote, and of course anything can be channeled, any questions can be channeled via us, the members, and they would be able to speak, of course, also. But we would see how we would proceed today. The proposals that was presented back by 3 o'clock. Before 3 o'clock, we went to put the counter proposals back that we received. We put them back in via the CCSU. So I hope that this afternoon they will be addressed in the meeting.
Now, what I understand from you now that at 6 o'clock this evening that you're going to meet with the Minister of Councils along with the union?
Yes, the Council of Ministers. Mm-hmm. And since it is a CCSU meeting, actually the two representatives of CCSU would be WICSU and Y2. And we hope that at that meeting it is actually to sort out the counter proposals that were presented for civil servants.
And this brings us to the end of SXM Daily News for this evening. We will be bringing you more highlights of today's meeting in tomorrow's edition of SXM Daily News. I am Valerie Van Putten. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And just a reminder that this and other programs are available online. Simply log on to stmartinmediacenter.com for viewing. And on behalf of the SXM Daily News team, we thank you for watching and plan on meeting you right back here again tomorrow.